One of the most powerful concepts I've come across in my entire career is extreme ownership. It's a leadership philosophy developed by two former US Navy SEALs, Jocko Willink and Leif Babin, in their book Extreme Ownership: How US Navy SEALs Lead and Win. The core idea is simple. As a leader, you own everything in your world. No excuses, no blaming others. If something goes wrong, it's on you. And while that may sound harsh, I've come to see it as incredibly liberating. Because when you truly own the outcome, you also own the path forward. This concept has influenced how I lead projects, how I advise clients, and how I handle mistakes, including my own. Let me tell you a story. About 7 years ago, I was running a 360-degree program for a major car maker. As regular viewers of this channel know, this program starts with highly personalized letters to the CEOs of key A suppliers. These letters outline the vision of a tighter, more collaborative relationship, and they are a big deal. They are signed by the CPO and sent directly to the top of the supplier organization. Well, during the editing of one of these letters, a team member made a simple mistake. They copied and pasted the name of one supplier into the letter intended for another. It slipped through a few layers of quality control, landed on the CPO's desk, got signed and went out. The reaction of the supplier CEO was more amused than offended, thankfully. But it was embarrassing. And in the debrief that followed, there was the inevitable question: how did this happen? Now it would have been easy to point fingers, to say it was an editing error, a failure of the approval chain. But I didn't. I took full responsibility, no hesitation. Some of my colleagues were puzzled, but it wasn't their fault, they said. But that's exactly the point. It's not about fault, it's about ownership. I was leading the project, and as the leader, the buck stops with me. And something interesting happened, internally, and even more so with the client. This strengthened my position. The client saw I wasn't looking to blame anyone. I was focused on fixing the problem and ensuring it never happened again. That, in their eyes, was leadership. This is the essence of extreme ownership. And procurement leaders can learn a lot from it. Because in procurement, complexity is the default. You are juggling dozens of supplier relationships, managing cross-functional alignment, balancing KPIs on cost, quality, speed, risk, innovation, and sustainability. And often, you're the first one blamed when something goes wrong. It's tempting to say, but engineering didn't tell us in time, or the supplier didn't deliver, or finance changed the goalposts. And all of that may be true, but it doesn't change the fact that you're accountable for the outcome. In fact, I have seen some of the most brilliant procurement executives stumble because they didn't grasp this. They had excellent relationships, a strategic vision, and even trust of the board. But each time something went off track, they scrambled. And the damage to their credibility took months, sometimes years to repair. By contrast, the most admired leaders I've worked with are those who own everything. They don't panic, they think carefully, they make the call, and they live with it. They build teams that work together, not in competition. They communicate expectations clearly and hold people, starting with themselves, accountable. As Willink and Babin put it, there are no bad teams, only bad leaders. That's a hard truth, but it's also a liberating one. Now, extreme ownership doesn't mean doing everything yourself. It means building trust. It means defining clear priorities. And it means asking the right questions so that everyone understands the mission and is aligned behind it. It also means discipline, not just in processes and performance reviews, but in self-improvement. The best leaders I know are always learning, always evolving, and that's where true freedom lies. So if you're a senior leader in procurement or hope to become one, start practicing extreme ownership. Not just when things are going well, but especially when they are not. Own the mistake, fix the problem, learn, improve, and most importantly, lead.